Hello and welcome to the Employment Outcomes training video. This training video is meant to help providers enter data into the EOS system for their ODDS clients. So first here you'll see the EOS website, and if you're a provider you will click on the top right login button there and enter your credentials. Now if you do not have credentials, you can contact the employment.data at state.or.us email address to get credentials for your provider group. When you log into the website, you will see a list of the clients that you serve here, and you can sort by name, by county that they live or work in, and by the status of the client itself. So first here, you'll notice that once you log in, a few more tabs pop up. You'll have the client questions in this tab, and then you'll have the provider questions. We'll go into more detail in the next tab. And so first, let's just go and enter data for dog Danny here. Here he's marked as incomplete, so let us try to complete this information. And so when you log into a certain client, you'll see multiple tabs. You'll see individual supported employment, which is initial, ongoing, and or maintenance employment, attendant care hours, and integrated employment. This is billing for OR 526 specifically, and we're looking for individuals that are working in integrated employment and being billed under that. We have the small group employment, employment path community, employment path facility. No DSA services are asked in EOS anymore, just an FYI. So here for dog Danny, we notice that he has 352 hours authorized for individual supported employment. And let's say for the month of, here it's saying September 16, but for whatever month that we're putting the EOS data in for, dog Danny worked for 100 hours. And then we'll say that he worked and was billed for the exact same amount of time. And so hours billed and hours worked were the same. Now this difference here is just in case that billed time for individual supported employment that is included but not paid for by the individual. So let's say there's unpaid breaks or lunch schedules and you billed for 100 hours, but in fact the client here, dog Danny, worked only 90 hours, and so you can have that difference in numbers in those two. And then for dog Danny, let us say he earned $1,100, and we'll enter that in there. Then something on the right here automatically calculates what the hourly wage is for that client. Now here on the top you'll notice that there's a Portland metro area little check mark you can put in. This is just to see if this person was working in the Portland urban growth boundary, which has a different minimum wage than the counties in the Portland area. So that's Washington, Clackamas, and Multnomah counties. And so if they did work in the Portland metro area, you need to click this button there on the top. So the next question is who pays the wage? And just if you have any questions about what are we actually looking for in the question, you could just click on the little question mark right next to it, and a little pop-up window goes up and says, does the employer actually pay the individual wage, or does the ODDS provider pay the wage? So then you have a little drop down here, and let's just say that it's a general employer. And so the next question is, how many hours was a job coach actually on site giving direct services? And let's say for this individual it was 50. And then the next question is the date employed. Now this here is asking for when was the date that the person began this employment. And let us say that this person got their employment in March of 2015, and that will pop up. We're not looking specifically for the day, just the month and the year that the person was employed there. And if you log in and you see a date already pre-filled, that's because it was previously indicated that the client began working on that date from a previous EOS round, and if that date is incorrect or needs to be updated to a new job, then you can do that there. The next question is, does the client want to work more hours? Is Dog Danny fine with working 100 hours a month, or is he looking to work more? Then the setting description is just general, who is the employer for that, and let's just say that Dog Danny works for a pet shop, logically. And if you have any further notes you would like to put in, or if there's some sort of error, then you can put it in there. Now we push the save button down there, and it saves it for that setting there. But then you'll notice that something, a little salmon color, enters up here saying, wait, there's something else that you have to enter. And so we click on there, and it looks like Dog Danny is also authorized for small group employment. And let's say that there was 0 in small group employment, and so then we'll just push save, and it'll still pop up and saying, well, all these fields are required. And so just enter 0, and it should clear it out. And so now you have a successful save for Dog Danny. And when you go back to the list, he goes from an incomplete status to a complete status. And so our next individual we want to put some data in for would be Mouse Martin here. You'll notice that Mouse Martin is authorized for individual supported employment and some employment path facility. A way to check really quickly what you need to fill out is just push the Save tab, and you'll see where the data is missing for that client. And so here EOS is saying you need to fill information for individual supported employment and employment path facility. So we go there and we'll say that we billed for 200 hours for Mouse Martin, but he actually only worked 160 hours. The gross wages paid here, let's say it was 1,500. Then you click down, and then an automatic message says, well, that is below minimum wage. Are you sure? Then I remember, oh no, there was that other part of the paycheck. It was actually $1,700 now for the month. And then it goes up to at or above minimum wage, and that clears that field, requiring no further edits. Who pays the wage there? Let's say Mouse Martin is self-employed, and there were only 5 job coach hours on site. Date employed for Mouse Martin, let's say this was a relatively newer job, and we'll put it for January of 2017. Does the client want to work more hours? No, he's fine at his job. Setting description, let's say Mouse Martin is working from home. And then we'll save it. There's no error signs here. We'll save that there, but it is still showing that employment path facility needs to be filled out. So we'll click on this over here, and here it has hours authorized to 100, but it says hours billed is 0. And now let's say that the provider group hasn't yet billed the hours for Mouse Martin, but he actually worked 50 hours. So you can put that there, and here it'll just notify you that this is over the amount that's billed. It's not going to stop anything. It's just giving you a little, a check just to make sure that that's correct. If you want to, since this is pre-filled billing information, you could say, oh, wait, we're going to bill for 50 hours. And you just enter that there. Gross wages paid. Let's say Mouse Martin made $300 in this setting. You go to the next one. Now you'll see here that minimum wage is, this is below minimum wage, but Employment Path Facility does allow you to pay wages below minimum wage, and so it's not going to trigger the minimum wage setting here. Only individual supported employment and small group employment and attendant care hours and integrated employment would require that. And then it's asking for the setting, and we'll say it's in the ABC facility. And then we'll save. So we push save, nothing's popping up saying save successful, and now let's go back to our list. So now we've finished for two individuals here, Dog Danny, or Danny Dog. Guess I should do with their first name. And Mouse Martin. So let's go to Jerry Giraffe here and see if we can fill that person's information out. I'll just push the quick save and see what it's expecting of me. Here it's saying he had attendant care hours and integrated employment and employment path community. So here we'll see that this individual is authorized for 110 hours in attendant care, OR 526. And let's say that there was 50 hours that were billed. But this individual actually does quite a few other community activities, and there was only 20 hours that the individual actually worked in integrated employment at that time. And then we'll just have to put in the individual's wages. He made $250. Who pays the wage? Let's say this one here, the wage comes from a third-party payer, so that means that the provider group pays the wage, which in turn they are paid from the company that Jerry Giraffe works for. We'll just quickly enter the date here, and we'll put in June of 2016. Does the client want to work more hours? Yes. He is so excited about working, and he wants to expand the 20 hours and work more hours there. Setting description there, so let's say this is a community job, and Jerry Giraffe works at the zoo. You could also just put the name of the company if you want, instead of just a general placeholder of where they work. And so I will save that, and it looks like it's complete for individual supported employment, but it's saying employment path community is still not completed. So here it's saying you're authorized for 200 hours in employment path community. It's saying you billed 0, and let's say that's correct, we billed 0 and there was nothing there. And so we'll just put in 0 here, 0 there, 0 there, and just push save, and that clears it up, and we're done with Jerry Giraffe. So now we'll go back to the list and see what else needs to be filled out. Now let's say we have Cathy Cat over here. It's on incomplete, and this individual is authorized for attendant care hours and integrated employment, but Cathy was sick the whole month that we're looking at and did not receive any services. And so here we'll just click and we'll say no services provided. We can say Cathy was sick. On the notes of why we're putting in a can't complete, we'll save that, And we'll go back to the list. Now Kathy Cat is in the complete status. And so that is a general overview of how to enter data into the employment outcome system. As noted before, if you have questions about what we're asking, just click on the question mark. If you're not sure all the services that are asked, you can expand on that tab and it'll say, here is exactly what this service definition is if you need more information on the service definition. And so once you're complete with that, you want to go to the provider questions. Now this is provider specific question, is not asking a question on any client. And so it will have a few questions, and here it will say how many people in your organization provided direct ODS employment services. Let's say that number was 3. And then we'll have a few more questions, APSI ACRE certification, etc. And so you can click on that. And then lastly, you can enter any sort of language that your employment service provides in case there's clients that might be looking for that specific language. So let's say we have providers that speak Spanish and also other, and so you can select both. You just have to push the control button there for that, and you can push save. And now the save is complete for that, and we are finished with entering employment outcome system data for today. So the 2 tabs there, and then just log off and you're done. And just as a last reminder, if you do have any questions, just email the employment.data email address and you'll get a prompt response. And that is the end of this meeting. Thank you very much.